I'm so excited to do today's video. I was recently asked by a client, what is the one thing that surprised me the most after moving to Sarasota? I love the question and I had to really think about it. After a few years of living here, I realized I have become quite accustomed to many things in the way of life. So I asked some friends what they remember being surprising, and I thought back on my first year of living in Sarasota, and so I've come up with a few things that you may enjoy as well. Let's dive into some Sarasota surprises. Hi everyone, I am Lisa McBride with Keller Williams Realty Select in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. And I really appreciate you watching my channel. If you're new to it, I share information regarding living in Sarasota, housing information, neighborhood visits, but also some tips and tricks to feel right at home, whether you've been here 2 months, 2 years, or 20 years. So let's talk some surprises about Sarasota. The number one thing that surprised me the most was the level of day-to-day activeness that goes on. In Sarasota, and I am sure in Florida in general, it's always the weekend. Prior to COVID, and now again, what we find is people are always busy and doing something. For instance, in my past life, friends would call and make plans for the weekend. You know, what are we gonna do this weekend? Do you wanna come over? Do you wanna get together? What should we do this weekend? Here it is more like, hey, it's Tuesday night. We're gonna go for a walk on the beach. You wanna go? Or it's Wednesday night. Do you wanna grab a drink after work? Or it's Thursday night and we're going line dancing. Not to mention the tennis leagues, the golf leagues, the pickleball groups. There's always something to do. It's not like we're waiting for the end of the week anymore. We're just active all the time. I love the fact that we're always busy and going and doing something, and that was really a big surprise to me, how every night of the week I can plan something. My second biggest surprise was just the overall friendliness of living here. Although we definitely have our homegrown Floridians around, everyone is from somewhere or has a great story to share, and you're gonna be asked, so where are you from? What brought you here? And you're gonna be asked that almost daily, but in the best possible way. Everyone wants a new friend and to meet people. No one has a clique. No one has been around long enough to be a clique. And if they are, or you don't like someone, don't worry about it. There's somebody new moving into town today. But not just the people you meet, people working in Target and Starbucks. They smile at you, they ask how your day is going. It's just a friendly place to be, and I love that about Sarasota. The next item that surprised me, but also a number of my friends, were the amount of people that are here or who visit here. Now, truth be told, Sarasota did not originally pop up as the place to move to in Florida for me. There are so many other much more known cities in Florida, and Sarasota was kind of an afterthought. And so after you get here and live here, you're kind of surprised by how many people actually visit, how many snowbirds we have, how many people we have visiting during the winter months, specifically the month of March and April, and just how overall busy it is here. This next item definitely shocked me probably a lot, and that is just how different each and every beach are and how many different beach access points and different beaches we have. For instance, we have Anna Maria Island to the north, Lido Key, Siesta Key, Venice, Nokomis Beach, and Minnesota Key to the south. Not only are there multiple beaches on each key and location, but the sand is different. The size of the beach is different. The people that are sitting at the beach are different. Just like all of us have our own unique characteristics and charm, there's so many great beaches, so many charming beaches. Remember, there's no bad beach or bad beach day, so we're really lucky here in Sarasota. You will quickly discover which your favorite beach is and when you should head there. This next item was mentioned to me by a few different people, so I definitely want to add it to the list, and that is the cost of food. Even if you're going out for lunch with a friend, it is almost impossible to get a good meal for under $20. And dinner prices are definitely high as well. Everything costs a little bit more in Florida, and I think a lot of people think it's going to be cheaper to move to Florida. We don't have state income tax, but we do have other expenses that are higher, and food is one of those for sure. This isn't the happiest surprise, but it was a surprise just the same. Okay, this one might surprise you, or maybe not. Again, I had a few people mention this to me, but the number of Teslas and pretty high-end cars that are on the roads is a little bit of a surprise. and they're everywhere. Not sure why it surprised us all, but it did. The amount of Mercedes and Lexus, BMWs, like I said, Teslas, just very nice cars on the road. And they're all in great shape and everything's clean and nice. But I realized, well, when you don't have rain, slush, dirt, snow, sand, ice, your cars stay nice and clean and we're not worried about terrible potholes or bad road conditions. And so everyone has a really nice car. Now, crazy drivers are another surprise, so the number of fender benders is definitely on the list as well, but we'll talk about that another time. The last thing I'm going to mention, and you may have heard me, if you've watched my videos, you may have heard me say this before, but the taste of water. The water is perfectly safe to drink, but this Midwest girl just hasn't quite gotten used to the taste. Now, there's lots of other fascinating things I have discovered, but you need to subscribe, keep watching, and let me know what questions you have. I really do appreciate you watching, finding out more about what the life in Sarasota is all about. And if I can do anything, let me know. And until next time, take care.